I'm down here at the 30th annual Woodward Dream Cruise. It's been going on since 1995, and it's just a bunch of vintage cars, new cars, food, people, a lot of stuff going on down here. I'm in Birmingham, and it's a little bit outside of Detroit, maybe 10 miles outside of Detroit, and Woodward runs all the way from Pontiac down to Detroit. So there's going to be a lot of cool stuff going on down here. So why don't you come on with me and check it out? So the website says it runs from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. I'm currently here just after 10, right down in the heart of Birmingham. It's kind of a area where you can sit and eat, chat, and just kind of take in some of the surroundings. It's pretty nice out here. So I parked at the Chester Street parking garage. It's right down off of Maple. It's $4 for less than 4 hours, $5 for less than 5, and so on. I was a little concerned getting here a little bit after 9 that it would be crowded. Looks like it's not really very crowded yet. There were plenty of parking spots in there. I've been here probably half a dozen times over the years, maybe 10 times actually. I've been here quite a bit, but it's been a while, and it's been a while since I walked around. But typically I'd park on one of the side streets and walk in, but this time I just decided to try the parking structure, and it was a lot easier. So that's the route I went, but let's go check it out. I'm getting up into Birmingham right now, and it's kind of looking like there's some people heading down here. Looks like there's some stuff going on. They've got the road closed off here, and old Birmingham, or old Woodward, is where a lot of the stuff starts down here. So we're gonna head down there and check that out first, and go from there. So as you can see, it's starting to pick up down here, and we'll head down here and start taking a look at some of the old cars. You can see there's definitely a lot of old vintage cars in this section, and on down the road I'm sure there'll be some newer stuff. But yeah, once we get out to Woodward, there'll be some people brake torquing, some people doing some cool stuff, and some cool cars on the road. Check out these mini Fiats. These are pretty cool looking. We got Mario in the window, Mario and Luigi. That's pretty cool looking, red. This one looks like that car from Christine, Stephen King movie from the 80s. My daughter and I like to play a game called Christine. We go out for a walk around the block after dark and run from the headlights. As soon as we see a car coming, we jump behind the tree or run someone's yard. It's pretty fun. Got some Corvettes here. Wow, this is a sweet looking ride right here. Wow, that's nice. Man, look how long this Eldorado is. Wow. That is awesome. That's a hoopty right there, man. You're rolling down the road in that. Got a black Chevelle here. Sniff but don't scratch. Got a Cutlass here. Got a sweet BMW here from the 80s, looks like. Mercury. There's a Fiero. This is the car I learned how to drive. My mom had a Fiero, and she took me out in it, and yeah, learned how to drive. This car's got speakers in the headrests. Got a tiny little cabin. Got the headlights that go up and down. Got the tiny little trunk with the engine in the back, and it's red. My dad and I used to have a game where we'd give each other a hit on the arm if we saw a Camaro of any color, but red, you get 2 hits. We used to see them on the road all the time, you know, in the 90s, but they're not really around much anymore. I imagine people, you know, don't maintain them. They probably take a lot of work, but yeah, nice cars. Had fun in them, and I think my mom ended up getting hit on the side of that thing, and it cracked apart, and I think she probably got rid of it at that point. But hard to see, you know, in a parking lot and stuff. So not a real practical car, but pretty fun. Got some lemonade here for a hot day. Probably gonna have to grab some cold drinks later. It's supposed to be about 90 degrees today. It's typically, you never know what you're gonna get, you know, in mid-August. It's usually hot, but sometimes you get a nice cool day. It's a little overcast, but still got the sunscreen on, got the fedora going, and try to keep some of that sun off. But yeah, gonna keep on heading up. We're almost to Woodward Ave now. Like I said, we're on Old Woodward right now. This kind of runs about a mile right through the heart of Birmingham, and then it comes out at the end at Birmingham, at Woodward again. But there's some shopping down on the other side. This side mostly is kind of like investments, real estate, salons, banks, that kind of thing. But yeah, Birmingham's a great town. It's got a lot of, actually I have a video of that. And it's got a lot of awesome restaurants, a lot of nice shopping, and Birmingham pub. Looks like it's got some nice outdoor dining there. Never been there, but looks like a nice place. There's a sign here for Birmingham Farmers Market, Sundays, May through October, 9 a.m. to 2, right here on North Old Woodward. Here's some old buggies here. Old Ford. Man, these grills are pretty sweet. All right, so we're coming up on Woodward here soon. We got a blimp up here. It doesn't look like they're cruising yet. It looks like traffic's just moving right along right now. I'm sure later in the day. Usually when I was here, it was in the afternoon, so traffic started to slow down to a crawl the later in the day that it gets, to a point where it's almost like a standstill, kind of just like a car show.
Yeah, they're bigger.
Later in the night, usually the afternoon, after 1 or 2, it starts to slow down a little bit, and people get their seats out here. They start to, actually, they have some, it looks like they have some grandstand seating now. I think they always had that in Royal Oak, just a couple miles down. So right now we're close to Maple. The next would be 14 mile and then 13 mile. You start to get into Royal Oak and then Ferndale. The further you go down, they've had grandstands. I don't usually go down that far. I have gone down to Royal Oak, not so much down to Ferndale. But I don't think it runs all the way down to Detroit. I think it kind of stops like at Ferndale. Maybe it stops at 8 Mile. But yeah, as you can see, you've got people already in their seats down there with their tents. And yeah, the cars are moving pretty quick right now, so you can't really, it's not really cruising time right now. But there's still some cars. There's a vintage car coming. And there's a newer car. Some people just like to bring their cars down here and drive down Woodward. I came down with somebody who worked for Chevy at one time, and we had a nice car down, nice car coming down here. We all kind of hung out in the back, and yeah, it was a good time. There's the Goodyear blimp. There's a Mercedes, Mustang, and then you can see every few hundred yards there's a light here. So you go and then you stop, then you go, then you kind of stop. So but we'll check out some more. Let's go check out some more over here. Looks like a lot of people pull off on the right lane here so they can cruise. The other lanes are kind of just a drive through. So that's kind of cool. Got some big Humvees here. So I turned off my microphone so you could get an idea of what it's like down here. It's pretty loud. You know, it gets crazier as the day goes on, but that was a good idea of what it's like at night. I mean, it's at a standstill pretty much all the lanes. At least right now, it's open to traffic and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty sweet down here. You know, a lot of cool stuff. A lot of people like to be seen. I don't know if you could hear the one guy say "real Detroit muscle," but that was pretty sweet being the Motor City down here. And you know, we take cars pretty seriously here, very seriously, and car capital of the world. So this is one of the coolest parts about summer every year is people just come down here, get together. Everybody's here just to have a good time, look at the cars. And yeah, we'll go up here and check this out again. That skull car was pretty sweet. Again, I turned my my microphone off because I got this puffer microphone. You can't hear anything when it's on, but you can hear me, but you can't hear all the cool car sounds. A lot of engines revving, a lot of people chattering, a lot of stuff going on down here. But yeah, let's head on to the next thing. Looks like people getting some free t-shirts here at Chevrolet or a $50 gift card. Just got to sign up for whatever they're trying to sell you. This is all Chevy stuff down here. Got some Corvettes over there. Looks like there's quite a bit going on down here, right down in the heart of Birmingham on Woodward. A lot of people got their seats out. I'll turn the microphone off again so you get a good idea of what this sounds like down here. It's definitely starting to pick up down here. There's a food truck right there, Andiamo. Nice Italian restaurant around here. I noticed there's people up here on the parking structure. Pretty awesome vantage point from up there. Good place to hang out, chill out, chat with your friends, have a drink. These people got it done right here. They got their grill. They're camped out here, man. Got their condiments, got some ice cream here, man. They got it going on right there.
Right over there. Yeah.
It's a prime spot. A lot of these people come here every year. They got their own spot. You know, they come down here. They know when to get here, when to set their stuff up. And I was with a group of people, like I said, one time when we had a couple cars down here. We had an old Corvette convertible. And I can't remember what kind of Chevy it was. The Z24 Trans Am. I think it was a Trans Am's its own brand, right? I think it was a Trans Am. At any rate, that was a long time ago, in the late 90s. And this truck. But yeah, that was pretty fun. But I just like walking. I like walking around. It's the first time I've ever made a video down here, so hope you guys are enjoying it. It's starting to get blazing hot out here, except it's clouding up a little bit, so it's not, when the sun's not beating on you, it's not quite as bad. Got some stands over there. You got a lounge, Wild Bill's Tobacco. Make sure I don't fall into the street here. That's a nice looking car. There's a Thunderbolt Ford Fairlane. Yeah, so that was a Pontiac Firebird that I was here in, a Trans Am. We had the hatchback open. We were kind of all sitting in the back, hanging out. It was pretty cool. But yeah, you get a good vantage point just by walking up and down here. Like I said, you can walk up and down here for quite a few miles. I'm only doing Birmingham. I've already walked probably 2 miles now, and that's good for me this morning. Probably start heading back. It's kind of a cool little apartment there. Right down in the heart of Birmingham. Mr. Style Furniture, Decor, Homeware. The entrance is kind of cool. This is the shopping district here we're in now. Just gonna start heading back to the car here, so I'm just gonna film a little bit more of kind of the shopping social district. And as you can see, this is one of the roads that people can go down to get to Woodward. So people are just starting to roll in here, or just going around the block. People like to just drive back, around in circles here, and it's a good place. I just saw someone get pulled over. I see some cops here on a golf cart, and yeah, you never know what you're going to see down here. I was here at night one time. Like I said, it ends around 9, so it's starting to get dark here around 8:30, 8:45. And they don't really want people walking around down here after dark. So they were actually like patrolling it, kicking people out, whistling, telling everybody to get out. And it was pretty busy down here. That was the only time I was down here at night for this thing, but it was pretty cool to be down here at night. In fact, it was like, I think it was like the first time I came down here, and I parked, like I said, on one of the side streets, like a mile in, half a mile down from Woodward, and it was, like I said, it was getting dark, and I was heading back to my car, and I forgot what road I parked on, and I figured I could just find it by memory. I wasn't having any luck with that, so I ended up walking down a block or two, and then I walked another block or two, and eventually I found it, but I vowed to myself I would never do that again. I used to do that a lot when I was younger. Learned my lesson the hard way, but don't we all? But yeah, so now I just kind of park as close as I can. Like I said, today I did the parking structure. That was pretty easy. I'm glad you guys came along with me on this. If you ever find yourself in Michigan in August, this is one of the destinations that are definitely a must. The Detroit Historical Museum is pretty awesome. Gives you a lot of background about the history of Michigan and Detroit in particular. Auto, music, Motown music. And there is also a Motown Music Museum. So those are a few things to check out. I've never been to the Motown Museum. I think I'm going to plan a trip there soon. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys came along with me. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. And we'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day.